to another episode of My Car Story. We're here at Rosemont, Illinois at the Muscle Car and Corvette National, and it has the greatest cars, greatest muscle cars, period, in the United States. Come out to the show. And I'm here with Rico. Rico, what's your last name?
Petrini.
Petrini. Thank you, Dan, for that. And Rico, just to prove our point, step back here with me. What did you bring here today? Come on back.
A 1964 Plymouth Belvedere Superstock.
Plymouth Belvedere Superstock. Okay, so you don't see this at all. Why is that?
Well, they only made 35 original cars, and there's so few of them now, and the numbers vary, but I've heard somewhere between 5 and 7.
Wow. So we've got an original 64 Hemi here with us today. So let's get a shot of the overall side of the car. Come with me. How did you end up, Rico? How did you end up getting yourself a 64 Hemi of all things?
Well, a friend of mine passed away.
What was his name?
Jim Bazzetti, and he passed away in 1998. And I said I was going to do a car to celebrate his life, and I went looking for a 64, and this thing showed up on the screen, and there it went.
And you were sharing, you weren't really sure what you had at first.
No, exactly. I knew it was something special, but I did not know how rare it actually was.
So rare that here at the Muscle Car I could see for obvious reasons because it's pretty neat. Let's move right over here so we can get a shot. It's a long car, and I don't have the luxury to get a full shot of the side of the car, but that hood scoop obviously came standard.
Yes, it's an aluminum scoop.
Wow.
The lightweight cars came with aluminum front end and lightweight doors and bumpers and such, and these cars were basically all steel cars, and the only lightweight component was the scoop.
Wow. Well, let me try to get another shot from this side. Maybe I can get a little more of the length of the car so people can kind of take that in. Let's open the, we're going to actually open the trunk to start with, because the trunk of this car, go ahead. We're going to open the trunk because you've got a lot of interesting information in your trunk. So this is your car in the magazines, obviously.
It's been in a number of publications. I think 3 books and a couple, 3 or 4 magazines, and such.
So, you purchased the car. How were you feeling? I mean, were you excited? I mean, a lot of people look at the underneath the exhaust, and tell us about that.
Those are factory correct super stock exhausts, which are rarer than rare. That exhaust system took me over 2 years to find that. It was very difficult because it was gone from the car when I purchased it.
So that was one of the original difficult parts.
Oh yes.
And I'm just going to flip to the front so people can see some of the books, etc.
That's it there. When I got it, it was in black, and it had some issues. That's its sister right here. That's the only known existing Dodge Hardtop. That's rare and rare.
Interesting. Well, let's focus, continue. We'll shut that, the trunk, and we'll go to the interior. An original Hemi car. Okay. We have the bench seat, and check out the automatic. So when you're driving this, and you're driving with a Hemi, I mean, are you just pushing buttons or just keep it in driver?
Yes, they were a manual shift, and you are pushing buttons. There was no reverse on these, no reverse lockout on these, or essentially no park. And you can see the regular cars. The first would be below. These are reversed because they did not want the racers going into drive and missing and hitting neutral.
Oh boy!
So everything was down. So they reverse those. That's one of the oddballs about this car. One of the little tiny things that are different.
And you can see the Plymouth there in the steering wheel.
Basically, they're just a pretty stock B-body Belvedere.
Yeah. Is this the heater, the on-off, the cool, the off? These buttons here?
They're radio, basically.
What is this?
Those are for
the heater?
A heater fan, but it's non-existent essentially.
Gotcha. All right, and obviously no radio.
Radio heater delete.
So this is just a pure drag, lightweight, amazing.
This car would be, if you went to pick it up at the dealership or at the factory, it would be as delivered.
Wow. And it actually has really wonderful feel in there.
Those are the original door panels. SMS did the recovery, but essentially these are the original panels that came with the car.
Well, let's take a look in 64 of the original Hemi. Talked about this one. How long was the restore on this car?
It took me almost 4 years to do it.
4 years.
Yeah. Wow. It was a while.
So, I mean, I'm guessing just looking for some of these unique engine parts, etc. You see, there's nothing up here under the hood. The unique air cleaner, air filter, the whole thing.
Carburetors. Aluminum cross ram, distributor, everything were pretty much native to these cars. That is actually the original sticker that was in the glove box of the car. And when we refinished, we wanted to keep that and I put it out on the air cleaner just so it's there. That actually was in the car.
Pretty cool. Let me get the badge on the side there. That's pretty cool. And actually, there's lots of room in this engine bay. There's such a big engine. So let's shut the hood stand right next to your car. Rico, thanks for being on My Car Store.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of My Car Store. We're here at Rosemont, Illinois at the World of Wheels. I'm here with Steve
Brody.
Steve Brody, but people call you Brody.
Just call me Brody.
Just call you Brody. And at the World of Wheels, you're in like the top 8 here or something.
Yeah,
What's
well,
happening?
I'm in the top 3 for restored class.
Okay.
And we travel the circuit, and I'm fortunate enough to get into the top 3 to see if we can take all the gold.
Let me grab the camera. What did you bring here today?
I brought my 64 GTO convertible, tri-power 390 gear with metallic brakes, heavy-duty cooling.
And this isn't just your regular 64 GTO. Well, first of all, if there is such a thing as a regular 64 GTO convertible, but let's take a look at it.
Sure.
This car, come on back, the judging for this is on a 1,000-point scale. How did this car rate?
In the show up here they had in November, it got 997 out of 1,000 and Best Pontiac in the show.
Wow. So come on over.
Yeah.
So all of those people who might be Pontiac fans, this is basically how it came. It's from 64.
As close as I
this
could-
is
yeah,
64.
64, as close as I could get it with going to on internet and books and magazines and talking to people. This is as close as I could make it.
And let's just first of all, I mean, black car, black interior, black top, fantastic.
Triple
And that's
black,
the way
yeah.
that triple black, and that's the way it actually came.
Yeah, pretty rare to have a triple black car.
Wow. Let's open up the.
Sure.
Let's not. And unfortunately today, this car starts, but we can't start it only because of the fact that it's one of the
inside. And they get all bumpy.
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
getting a little bumpy. But let's take a look at this slowly because we have every tag correct.
Yeah,
on this
as
car.
best I can come up with. Yeah.
And just so people can kind of grab a grasp of what we're talking about, and I'll share with them what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So we've got like this green tag.
Yeah, they all the little clips were green oxide for these, and then a lot of the firewall clips up there in the back are all silver cad, the light silver cad as well. So everything that was supposed to be silver cad, I cad plated. I didn't paint anything. It's all original colors.
Even this little tag here.
Little
is
red
supposed to
dot
be there.
signified that somebody checked the belts and this was tight when it went
This
down
is-
the line.
Tell me about the.
This is an early 64, it's built December 63, and up until January they ran this dual pulley setup. Then after January they went to a single pulley setup. So this was a hard item to find for the car because they only made it for a couple months.
We've got the marking on the carburetors.
Yeah, carburetor marking, so the guys on the line could just say, oh yeah, this is a, they needed a 478 for the front carburetor, and then the back cover's a 476. And they were just written on the carburetor so they could pick them out of the line.
And all the okay.
Yeah, okay, Pontiac stamp just means it. That's okay with that.
Tell me about this. Even this here.
This was a vacuum tank with this long hose because in '64, all GTOs came from the factory with vacuum tri-power linkage. So this is the way they came. And then later on, you could get an...
Even the purple paint.
Well, the people thought, yeah, somebody says, yeah, the can's there, the wire's hooked up.
Yeah.
Then later on, you could get mechanical linkage to go with it later.
Unbelievable, Brody.
Yeah,
I mean, just
a lot of work.
Even the markings.
The 261 signifies the best I can come up with. On the tag here, 8261. So what they would have done is 261 there. They put a 261 here so they get the right color hood, you know, because everything comes apart. The fenders are marked 261 in there. The spare tire's got a 261 on it. So the rims are painted black, so you wouldn't have gotten a gray rim or a yellow rim or pretty standard stuff.
Usually I wouldn't look in the trunk. Let's look in the trunk.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if I can find the keys. That'll be the big point.
And there's the 261 on the tire.
Yeah. Reel out trunk light. These are pretty cool. You could take this and reel it out about 20 feet and you could have it change your flat tire. Yeah, it just comes out, big spool. So you could set it on the side of the road. Battery's hooked up, that comes on.
That was a pretty cool feature back then.
Yeah, pretty neat. Pontiac's the only one that kind of had that.
Let's shut the trunk.
Okay.
Now that we've seen a perfect trunk on a GTO. And Brody, one of the things I love about my car story is that it's really kind of a historical significance of cars. And
sure,
when you get to see a car like this, it really just takes it a whole nother notch and a whole nother level. Tell me about even like the taillight configuration in that time frame.
And same thing in 63 like the alternator. In early 63, they had the reflectors in the inside. There's one there and then one on the other side. And what they came up with there after January or so, they start putting it in the middle, so they only had to make one taillight lens instead of making a left and a right.
Okay.
So that was their thinking on that.
And this opens up.
Yeah, this is for the fuel.
Okay. And that closes up. And
yeah, it just hides. And no gas tank behind the plate there.
Let's open the interior.
Sure.
Love the convertible top.
Few options, not many. It has a tilt wheel. It's got an e-brake light that lights up, and AM radio.
Where does that light up?
Right here. This, when you put on the e-brake, if you step on the e-brake, this little light flashes red.
Okay, all right. The ignition.
Yeah, factory tack, factory gauges, all restored. Everything is restored the best I could do.
Well, it's not only the best you can do, but quite honestly, I mean, Pontiac themselves and the judges have said,
yeah,
the Pontiac people is what I mean, have basically said this car is absolutely right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
All the top bows have all been taken apart and powder coated. All the convertible top mechanisms all work. Everything works.
There's the...
It's all been restored and redone.
Amazing.
Probably a little nicer.
Is there something under here on the tags or something?
No,
okay.
not on that one.
Okay. And this is the four prong
yeah,
wheel.
This is a 1 year only wheel as well. 64 only, and that was it. They're pretty pricey to find nowadays.
Kind of what the driver in 64 gets to look at.
Yeah.
And just the tag there in the door, like so. Let's let me just see. Okay, let's shut that door. Is there any tags on the side I need to see?
Nope. That's
okay.
No, that 67 and later had those GM tag things.
I want to take G2. I want to get a shot. Let's shut the hood if you would, please.
Sure.
Got the tags there, or the
scoops.
Kind of scoops. Yeah, the the faux scoops. Let me get a shot of the car from the side.
Sure.
Just an overall shot of the car.
Pretty straight for a black car.
Real straight. Brody, you're a pretty humble guy.
Good car.
Stand right next to it if you would.
Yeah.
Brody, what were some of the difficult parts when you're putting this car together?
Like I said, that alternator was a tough find because
Yeah.
they only made it for a few months. The tail light lenses, and then a lot of the other stuff is, if you search hard enough, you can find it.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to find NOS grills and NOS tail light
Yeah.
bezels, and then we had those stripped and replated and repolished and re-chromed. So all that stuff, you know, the chrome plater just told me, he says, well, you know, just because it's NOS doesn't mean. I said, yeah, I know, it's just a good core. Just go ahead and have at it.
There you go.
So,
Well, Brody, what an amazing car. Congratulations on bringing this car to this level. Thanks for being on My Car Story, and thanks for showing us such a great piece of history.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.